Hindi katulad nito na paniniwalaan natin na marami palang kaso.
Kaya nga tayo nag-hearing dito para nga i-validate natin yung mga pinagsasabi niya.
If you have this kind of resource person who are spreading lies and intrigues, that is not acceptable, Mr. President.
Your Honor, kahit na he is still facing cases, kahit na kumbiktado na yan, kahit na sabihin mo, siya ang pinakamasamang tao sa buong mundo, sa balat ng mundo, still, I believe na he has still his own piece of truth. Hindi naman ibig sabihin na pinakamasamang tao yan, hindi na natin pakipaniwalaan. How unfair can we be to the people kung hindi natin siya paniwalaan? Kaya, that's the purpose of this hearing, to hear them, to listen to them. And it's up for us to believe. Whether we believe on him or not, then same goes true with all the resource person. Ganoon po ang ating treatment dapat. I am just giving you the assurance as you're my vice chairman of this committee and including the Senate President. Please magtiwala lang kayo sa akin and I will do my best na hindi tayo mapapahiya dito sa yung institusyon natin. Hindi mapapahiya dahil sa ginagawa kong hearing. That's all.
Mr. Chair, I believe in you. I believe in you.
Thank you.
I trust you. I think majority of our colleagues trust you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wala akong sinasabi na bias ka. No. We have trust. We have full trust and confidence in you, Mr. Chair. In this committee, we have to ferret out the truth, and it must and it should be based on evidence.
Recording in progress.
But unfortunately, our resource person present here today, that I am testing his credibility, does not have any evidence to present. So, Mr. Chair, Mr. President, if we continue to listen to the imagination or the alibis of this witness, it might, don't get me wrong, Mr. Chair, it might diminish the credibility of this committee. So, that is my piece, Mr. President, Mr. Chair. If we continue to listen to all his alibis and all his lies, imagination, baka mawala yung kredibilidad ng hearing na ito. That's why we have to, sometimes, siguro, papalahanin ko rin yung sarili natin, we have to vet our resource person. Hindi katulad nito na paniniwalaan natin na marami palang kaso.
Yes, Your Honor, I fully agree with you. I fully agree with you. As I've said, meron akong pinaniwalaan sa kanya sinasabi, meron din akong hindi pinapaniwalaan. Kaya nga tayo nag-hearing dito para nga i-validate natin yung mga pinagsasabi niya. Yun lang po sa akin. I want to hear everyone. Wala po akong sabihin na magpagamit kung anong meron siyang agenda. Wala po. At rest assured na hindi madidiminish yung ating yung ating reputasyon just because of entertaining Agent Jonathan Morales. For all we know, Mr. President, Your Honor, kahit na he is still facing cases, kahit na kumbiktado na yan, kahit na sabihin mo, siya ang pinakamasamang tao sa buong mundo, sa balat ng mundo, still, I believe na he has still his own piece of truth. Hindi naman ibig sabihin na pinakamasamang tao yan, hindi na natin pakipaniwalaan. How unfair can we be to the people kung hindi natin siya paniwalaan? Kahit na masama siyang tao. Kaya, that's the purpose of this hearing, to hear them, to listen to them. And it's up for us to believe. Whether we believe on him or not, then same goes true with all the resource person. Ganoon po ang ating treatment dapat. Basta ako, I am just giving you the assurance as you're my vice chairman of this committee and including the Senate President. Please magtiwala lang kayo sa akin and I will do my best na hindi tayo mapapahiya dito sa yung institusyon natin, hindi mapapahiya dahil sa ginagawa kong hearing. That's all. Sana
Yeah,
maintindihan.
Mr. Chair, I believe in you. I believe in you.
Thank you,
I
thank you,
trust
thank you.
you.
Thank you.
I think majority of our colleagues trust you.
Thank you, thank you.
Wala akong sinasabi na bias ka. No. We have trust. We have full trust and confidence in you, Mr. Chair. What I'm saying, the reason why I gave that particular statement, that it might diminish the credibility of this committee because of the lies and the imagination of this resource person, because I have repeatedly ask question if he has evidence or he has evidence to present or to provide this committee. Wala ho talaga siyang ebidensya maipakita. At yung tinatanong ko lagi sa kanya, yung second question ko sa kanya kanina, which I asked before during the second hearing, kung sino yung confidential informant niya, sinabi niya, hindi niya matandaan. So how can we believe in this with this kind of resource person na wala naman talaga siyang pirepresentang hard proof evidence dito sa committee nito. We are here to ferret out the truth, to know the truth and nothing but the truth. Yun lang naman, and in aid of legislation. Yun lang naman talagang gugustuhin natin. Pero if you have this kind of resource person who are spreading lies and intrigues, that is not acceptable, Mr. President, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Senator Jinggoy. I would yield the floor to Senator Bongo. You have the floor, Your Honor.
Mr. Chairman and Senate President Mig Zubiri at sa lahat ng resource persons narito, magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Una po sa lahat, gusto ko pong klaruhin that our objective here is to shed light on the matter and to uncover the whole truth in these allegations. Nothing but the truth. No more, no less. Nandito po ako para suportahan ng ating chairman, Senator Bato, para alamin po ang katotohanan. The truth only. Hindi po tayo magkakamali dyan. Kaya naman po ako po'y sumasangayon kay Senator Bato that we should keep politics out of this hearing. Ang pangunahing layunin natin dito ay ang kapakanan at kaayusan ng publiko. Ayaw natin na bumalik ang paglalaganap ng illegal na droga dahil pag bumalik yan, babalik na naman po ang kriminalidad, babalik po ang korupsyon sa gobyerno. Hindi ito dapat nakadepende kung sino yung kakampi natin dito. Isa po ang ating labanan po ang illegal na droga. Kaya umaapila po ako dahil sa ating mga resource persons nandito ngayon, sabihin nyo lang po ang totoo, the truth only. At pinag-usapan po natin ang droga dito. Mas importante po itong problema ng droga sa ngayon. Since we are talking about operations of PDEA against illegal drugs, may I just also ask Mr. Chair to Director General Lasso, last May 2, 146.2 million worth of shabu was seized in Zamboanga City. Totoo po ito, Director General?
You may answer, General Lasso.
Totoo ba ito, yes or no?
Can I just ask our operations officer to make sure, Your Honor? It is now being investigated by the regional director in coordination with the Philippine National Police.
Ano bang nangyari, Mr. Chair?
Your Honor, what I got is that they were able to open the roofing of the jail facility.
Yun lang po.
We were on our way here to attend the hearing when I was talking to our regional director, so I still don't have so much details about the incident, Your Honor.
Yun po ang problema dito, Mr. Chair, no? Pag bumalik na naman po ang illegal na droga, babalik na naman ang kriminalidad, babalik na naman po ang korupsyon sa gobyerno. Habang pinag-uusapan natin dito, itong issue ng sa PDEA, meron pang malaking problema ang ating PDEA, nakatakas pa, nahuli na nakatakas pa. So, yun lang po, Mr. Chair. Magtulungan po dapat ang gobyerno para masugpo itong kinakatakutan nating illegal na droga, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Your Honor, Senator Bongo. Well, we have invited General Serapio. Nakiusap siya dahil flight niya pauwi ng Davao this afternoon. Unahin ko munang tanongin si General Serapio para makaalis na. Ito. General Serapio, sir, during the past Senate hearings, your name was mentioned by Mr. Morales. According to him, the Law Enforcement Security Integration Office invited PDEA for a briefing on its operations sometime in 2013. According to him, the Law Enforcement Security Integration Office invited paulit-ulit pala ito. Sir, do you remember attending said PDEA briefing? Who was present during the said meeting?
Opo, before Mr. Chair,
You have an opening statement, sir?
Can I have
Yes, sir.
just,
Yes,
just
sir.
an opening statement?
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Very much related po dun sa issue at hand.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, sir, please.
Tungkol sa pagpunta ni Mr. Jonathan Morales po sa Malacanang.
Yes, sir.
I just would like to thank first the chairman and the members of the Senate Committee on the Public Order and Dangerous Drug for inviting me to this hearing. My greatest, of course, appreciation to all of them for allowing me to be present in this August body. Of course, before anything else po, I would like to also to enlighten the body on the function of LISIO. Kasi na-mention po, Mr. Chair, yung LISIO. So, from 2012 to 2016, I served as the head of the Law Enforcement and Security Integration Office, an attached unit under the Office of the Executive Secretary. And the LISIO was created to assist the Office of the Executive Secretary on matters pertaining the integration of various efforts and initiatives to enhance the collaboration, cooperation of different law enforcement agencies in the Philippines. It was also meant to serve as a coordinating body among various law enforcement and security coordination councils, wherein the Executive Secretary served as the chairman. Sa ATC po, chairman siya. Sa National Coast Watch, chairman siya. Visiting Forces Agreement, chairman po siya. And so many others. So marami po ito. And of course, it was envisioned as a research and policy body designed to aid law enforcement and security units. In other words po, Mr. Chair. And then, of course, in relation to the investigation now being done by the hearing being done by the Senate, true enough po, Mr. Chair, that on July 2013, the LISIO, on my own initiative, I just would like to emphasize na 2012 po na-create ang office, and 2013, may nangyari po, that's why the LISIO did not try to gather information about it. So LISIO in its own initiative extended an invitation to Mr. Jonathan Morales of the PDEA. This is the reason why, to shed light on the issues being raised by him before the various media outlets against the then leadership of the PDEA. Yun po ang dahilan. Kasi naadala na po ang issue within PDEA sa labas. And of course, being the Office of the President is, of course, directly supervising the PDEA and the Office of the President. Kaya po, siguro po, Mr. Chair, katulad po ninyo, nagpa-snappy po ako noon. So, ang ginawa ko po ay nagpatawag po. Pinatawag ko yung mga actors dito. And I think one of the actors is here present also. Kaya, ano po. So, of course, ang intention ko po yun ay bigyan ng information ng ating Executive Secretary kasi baka matanong ng Presidente, bago lang yung opisina ninyon. So, I wanted to gather information. This is more of a clarification lang po. In fact, I don't know if I can still remember it. It was never an investigation or even as someone. It was an invitation lang para makuha po namin yung mga ano na yon, mga impormasyon. And of course, it may be well pointed out also that a separate investigation the next day po, was also extended to the head of the PIDEA to appear and also to shed light and clarify allegation being aired in the media outlets. So the information gathered is supposed to be, we're supposed to be relayed sa Executive Secretary for the purpose that I have stated and for his guidance and information. And if possible, come up, no? Kasi mukhang research ang ano yung aming opisina, come up with a policy recommendation again for the consideration of the Executive Secretary. Napakarami pong law enforcement at security. And in fact, during that time, I was even recommending to the Executive Secretary not to have a deputy Executive Secretary purposely to oversee the different councils. Pero for the meantime, yung lesyo po ang gumagawa muna noon. With that, Mr. Chairman, yun po ang aking statement po tungkol doon sa meeting na yun. And that is the only intention of that meeting po. Thank you po.
Yes, sir. Thank you. And again, this is just to confirm yung statement to Morales na during that meeting daw, binul out mo daw siya dahil sabi mo daw, hindi totoong drug lord yung nahuli nyo. Am I correct, Morales? Yan
Yes,
yung
Your
sinabi mo?
Honor. Pinagalitan po ako doon, Your Honor.
Na
Doon sa Malacanang.
hindi totoong drug lord.
Opo, pinagalitan po ako. Hindi raw po totoong drug lord yan. Yung mga hinuhuling nyo, mga wala namang kasalanan yan.
Well, sandali but this is not separate. This is separate from the case ng itong pre-ops na pinag-uusapan natin.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ibang kaso ito.
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor. Yung ito po yung pinatawag po ako doon sa Malacanang. Kaya nga, lahat po nung ongoing at saka po yung hindi natuloy na operation po, yun po yung pinresent ko po noon kila Gerald Serapio.
Sir,
doon
you confirm
Malacanang.
na siyang nandun? Siyang
Yes po. In
Nandun
fact, we
siya?
are three. Tatlo po kami.
Sinong isa?
The other one is Attorney Jojo Lacanilaw. He is my deputy, and in fact, he was the one who arranged this. And in fact, he was also the one who called my attention na nasa media na yung awayan na yon. So I said, okay, yung process ng invitation gawin natin, and then through it up. Yun mo po, yung invitation po sa kanya ay ginawa namin. But during po the meeting, I could not recall, really. But there were operations na sinasabi niya. But the meat, I think, there is more on gripes. May konting ano. So,
Para naging gripe session yun.
hindi. Nakikinig lang po kami kasi gusto lang namin makuha ang mga impormasyon eh. Bakit sila nagkakaroon ng konting hindi pagkakatao? Ano. So we listened to him, and I could not anymore remember kung ano ba, na-ball out ba siya o not. But true enough, may mga sinasabi siyang mga operations niya or whatever there, no? But of course, maybe Attorney Lacanilaw who was there taking notes, and in fact he was the one who prepared the report to the Executive Secretary is also here.
Hindi to siya?
Chair. Opo. Kaya po kasi wala na po, Mr. Chair, yung lisyo eh. Wala na po kaming records, wala na po kaming makunan. Kasi 2016 po, na-dissolve na po yung lisyo.
You want to say something, Atty. Lacanilaw?
Magandang hapon po sa inyo lahat.
Yes, sir. Nag-quote ka na? Hindi pa po. Kumsik, andito ka naman lang, baka may sabihin mo, sayang yung presensya mo dito, hindi ka man pinasalita.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in this investigation, sir?
I do.
Thank you very much, sir. Please take your seat.
Magandang hapon po. At kino-confirm po namin na tinawag namin yung dalawang partido. Actually kasi magulo na yung media. Nasa media.
Sinong dalawang partido?
Yung po si Jonathan Morales, who's on media. Para ngayon din, marami siyang sinasabi against the PIDEA leadership. At that point po si General Kakdak, no?
General Kakdak.
Po, just to shed
You
light.
confirm this? Kasama ka doon sa meeting na yun?
Pero hindi po magkasama, magka-separate po.
Magkasiparate.
Separate po.
Hindi sila nagharapan
Hindi po,
dyan sa...
hindi po. So he was,
Sinong naunang kinausap mo?
Sila Jonathan Morales.
Okay, please continue.
Kami pong tatlo. And then when he came in, as everybody else, we were expecting some evidence. Kasi ang allegation niya, inilipat siya. Hindi naman kami naglipat sa kanya eh. inilipat siya from his assignment dun sa big operations into community drug prevention kasi ang allegation niya parang hawak yung PIDEA ng mga sindikato. So we expected na meron naman siyang konting papakita sa amin. Wala naman siyang pinakita, allegations lang. Kung titignan niyo si General Serapio, hindi ho nang bobola out yan eh. Napakabait na officer yan. So I don't remember na binobola out siya. In fact, the last time he said, we met him for 4 hours, that's impossible. Kasi wala naman kaming time eh, to actually meet him for 4 hours like this. Kasi sandali lang naman yung tanong eh. And then nung wala na siyang pinakita, tapos na ho yung usapan. And then we called sila PIDEA General Kakdak, and I remember he brought in a PIDEA lawyer, no? And basically, ask him, no? Confront him. Ito yung sinasabi, ano ba masasabi mo? Wala rin ho talaga silang, siyempre, they cannot prove a negative, di ba? Kasi hindi naman totoo yung sinasabi niya. So, yun lang ho yung aming content ng usapan. And at some point, he explained nga kung bakit nila, hindi ko alam kung siya ho yung nagtanggal o si General Gutierrez, tinanggal siya dun sa operation eh. Nilipat siya sa community. At basically, kaya siya tinanggal kasi meron siyang masamang ginawa, no? I don't want to get into it kasi hindi ko naman ho specifically alam. So that was very quick. Tapos na ho yun. And then si General Kakdak ho talaga yung nag-brief na sa amin ng mga bagay-bagay na ginagawa ng PIDEA. Yun, meeting na yun, mas matagal siguro yun kaysa dun sa sinasabi ni Mr. Morales kasi hindi naman ho kami nagtagal dun sa sinasabi niya kasi wala naman siyang pinakitang ebidensya. So at the end of the day, ang napagkasundoan ho namin ni General Serapio, let's consider this as internal matter kasi nag-file na yung case sila against him, and then si Mr. Morales naman is free to file any case against the PIDEA. So ang Malacanang po, umantras na po kami, hindi na po namin, ang inaano lang po namin kasi lumabas sa media, baka magtanong si OES, ES, at matanong din si President ng tungkol dun sa nangyayari sa PIDEA kasi masyado na magulo yung social media noon tsaka mga radio. That's why we ask him. Yung kabuuan na ginawa ng Office of the President tungkol dun sa reklamo ni Mr. Morales nung araw. That was about 11 years ago, no? 2013. Matagal na rin ho yun eh. And then, I think ni-revive niya yun noong 2016. Again I remember, nung bagong presidente. And then ngayon, nare-revive na naman no? So, third. So, I don't know what's the purpose. Pero yun po yung kabuuan nung ginawa po ng Malacanang. And everything was turned over to PIDEA for internal processing.
Mr. Chair,
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you for that.
Mr. Chairman,
Yeah.
yung pong-
Mr.
Sandali,
Chairman.
Senator Chis Escudero.
Mr. Chairman, yes. May I know what the issue that was out in media and social media already at that time? Ano po ba yung isyong pinag-aawayan? Because the premise of this question, Mr. Chairman, Attorney Lacanelao, is ang pinapalabas ni Ginoong Morales kasi, pinigilan daw yung investigasyon niya mula sa taas mismo yung utos at bilang patunay nun at ebidensya nun, pinatawag nga daw siya sa Malacanang. Sino ba naman siya para patawag sa Malacanang ng mga kinatawan ng ES ng mga panahon? Di po ba? Yun po yung dating. Kaya po kayo pinatawag ng chairman natin dahil yun yung dating eh. Na kaya sa pinatawag dahil nga doon sa pinipigilan sa kanya yung operation, particular subject matter ng Fidelix Ngayon, ang tanong ko po, ano po ba yung issue kung bakit niyo siya tinawag? Tungkol din po ba dito?
Yun po exactly yung pinalalabas niya sa social media saka sa radyo.
Ngayon?
Na allegations po, doon po, noong 2013, na kaya siya nilipat, hindi naman kami naglipat sa kanya. Nilipat siya from this big operation to a smaller one. Nabanggit ni Mr. Chairman yung pangalan ng Chinese, naalala ko lang po. Dahil nga daw po, parang ini-imply niya na hawak ng Chinese syndicate yung PIDEA. Ngayon, one of the things he said, kaya rin kami na-trigger, is that parang walang ginagawa yung Malacanang. Ganun yung kwento eh. Magulo na ho sa social media noon tsaka sa radyo eh.
Hindi po, ang tanong ko po, alam niyo naman yung subject matter nung PIDEA, supposed PIDEA leak video eh. Meron daw sesyon na nagaganap ng cocaine sa Rockwell. Yan po ba yung subject matter?
Hindi po.
O may kinalaman po ba sa subject matter na yan, yung pagpapatawag ninyo sa kanya? Yan po ba yung issue kung bakit nyo po siya pinatawag o hindi?
Hindi po, hindi po. It's about his mga reklamo niya na inilipat siya from a big operation to community operations, I think sa Payatas, at ini-imply niya na hawak ng sindikato yung PIDEA leadership, kaya ginawa yon. So yun ang lumalabas sa media. Hindi ko po naririnig yung Rockwell. Wala pong kinalaman doon yun. Kaya po pinatawag namin just because of that claim, no? Na gusto namin, patunayan mo naman kasi unfair naman na sasabihin mo sa media yan. So we gave him a chance. Pero wala naman po siyang pinakita.
Ang tinutukoy niyo po ba yung lumabas sa pahayagan ngayon na si Ginoong Michael Yang ang sindikato na involved sa drug, even at that time?
Hindi ko
Mr.
na po
Chairman,
matandaan yung pangalan, pero I could imagine na tama po yung lumalabas ngayon, na yun po yung nabanggit. Siguro makakonfirm na lang ni General Kakdak. Kasi pinakita po sa amin yung grupo ng Chinese syndicates, hindi ko na rin po matandaan eh. Pero there's one operation that he was involved in, and then may nangyaring allegations against him, tinanggal siya. Inilipat siya sa community. After that, lumabas na lahat sa media, no? Nagrereklamo siya sa media. That was 2013, no? 11 years ago. Because of that, I think several weeks Kaya doon po kami na-trigger in a sense na baka madamay si ES na tanungin ng media, madamay yung presidente, so we have to get to the bottom of the truth. So we did. Try to do that. Ang problema, when he came in, he had nothing to show anyway. Wala ho siyang ebidensya, kaya hindi na ho namin din na-pursue yung mga allegations against the PIDEA leadership. And then we asked PIDEA leadership, meron din naman silang counter-complaint against him at in-explain nga nila kung bakit siya natanggal doon. And we thought, alam na namin yung nangyari, we can answer ES question if he had any, or even the president. And so that was the end of it. And we said, sige, internal process na yan. Nag-complaint naman sila, may admin case or criminal case. Siya naman pwede mag-complaint. So hindi na po namin ginalaw yon.
So may I just clarify, Mr. Chairman? So it is your testimony that number one, walang kinalaman dito sa pre-operation report na tinatawag na PIDEA leaks yung pagpapatawag sa kanya. Number two, ang alegasyon niya ay walang ginagawa ang Malacanang. Nakabaliktaran tila ng sinasabi ngayon na may ginawa daw ang Malacanang kaugnay sa pagpapapigil ng report na umakyat hanggang sa kay Ginoong Kakdak, gayon din sa Executive Secretary dati. Naalala niyo po bang sinabi niya ng particular yun?
Mr. Senator, hindi ko po kasi napakinggan yung buong testimony niya ngayon. At inaalala ko lang po yung mga nangyari. Wala akong kinalaman sa Rockwell, whatever that is, kaya ko lang ho kasi narinig yun It was all about his complaints against the PIDEA leadership for transferring him to a new assignment of alleging that there was some connivance between the syndicate and the PIDEA. That's why we called him. Explain nyo naman, kasi hindi naman pwedeng sa radyo tayo mag-e-air. Wala naman ho siyang pinakitang kahit na anong ebidensya. And then to be fair naman, we also called the PIDEA anyway and confronted them with a question. Ano ba itong ina-allege ni Morales sa inyo? In-explain naman ho nila na ang nangyari ho dyan, nag-grade yata sila ng, I think Michael Yang nga ho yata yung pangalan, and then may nangyaring ina-allege against him, That's why he was removed. Hindi na namin pinasukan yun And then, ultimately, dahil nag-file din sila ng admin case, I don't know kung criminal case yung final nila, we moved out na. Kasi alam na namin nangyari, it doesn't necessitate any more intervention from the Office of the President, and it went through the process at yun nga, natanggal yata si Mr. Morales sa PIDEA, hindi na ho namin alam yun. Process na ho yun
Is this, Mr. Chairman, if I may, is this Michael Yang, the same Michael Yang that is from Davao City? General Kakdak? Yes.
Mr. Chair, Your Honor.
Yeah, go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
The subject of the operation was Mark C. Tan and Judy Tan, not Michael Yang.
Not Michael Yang. Mark C. Tan and?
Mark C. Tan and Judy Tan.
Okay.
I would like to
I just heard
report.
the name of Michael Young just 5 minutes ago.
I'm sorry, I heard it too, but I wasn't sure. I think the more reliable testimony will be by General Kakdak.
Okay, then we have to be very careful with the words that
I did not say it. I didn't
emit
say it.
from this committee.
Apologies.
Yeah, we're under oath. Thank you very much, Chairman.
Thank you, sir. General Kakdak, sir, you have the floor.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
Your Honors, good afternoon. I would just like to report that
Pakikuan, sir, yung mic.
when I graduated from the Philippine Military Academy in 1978, I was appointed second lieutenant in the Philippine Constabulary Armed Forces of the Philippines. In 1991, I joined the Philippine National Police until my retirement on October 11, 2012 as a 3-star general, where I served under General Nicanor Bartolome as his Deputy Chief for Administration. I was appointed as Director General PIDEA on October 11 but took my oath of office on October 18. Under my leadership, Your Honor, PIDEA was adjudged as Best Agency for 3 consecutive years, 2013, 2014, and 2015. Pursuant to the performance-based bonus program of the DBM, Civil Service Commission, and the Development Academy of the Philippines. Kung sa basketball po, Your Honor, Grand Slam po. At kung sa FAMAS naman po, Hall of Fame na po ang PIDEA. Kasi po, yung mga tao namin ay credible and competent. Kaya po namin na-attain yung mga targets na sinabmit namin, actually nahigitan pa po namin. In 2016, before the assumption of the new administration, I reported to Executive Secretary Ochoa to submit my irrevocable resignation effective July 1 to pave the way for the appointment of a new Director General by the new administration, Your Honor. But may I just continue that the issue that was resulted to my being invited by the Office of General Serapio are as follows. Nung wala pa po ako sa PIDEA, noong July 13, 2012, a case of robbery extortion under criminal case RQJN-13-02512-CR under RTC Branch 76 of Quezon City was filed against Mr. Morales and 12 other intelligence and investigation service personnel. This was during the time of General Gutierrez, Mr. Chairman, Your Honor. The complainant was Mark Sitan and Judy Tan. It involved 8 million pesos allegedly for robbery extortion. And this was investigated by the National Bureau of Investigation. If I remember correctly, I was still with the PNP. This matter was investigated by the House of Representatives and the Senate because of the scandal that it generated.
What particular scandal, sir?
Yun pong robbery extortion case, 8 million robbery extortion case, was investigated by the Senate and the House of Representatives.
Sino mga victim, sir, nun?
Yun pong Mark C. Tan and Judy Tan.
Puro ito pure Chinese nationals or Filipino-Chinese?
They are Filipino-Chinese, Your Honor.
Sige, sir. Please continue.
So, nung pong September 27, 2012, as a result of the filing of the case, Mr. Morales and 2 other agents, meaning the three of those who were accused by Mark C. Tan and Judy Tan, accused IIS personnel, may I make a correction, Your Honor? On September 27, 2012, Mr. Morales and the other accused IIS personnel were relieved from the IIS and placed admin holding office of the AHRS by Yusek Sani Gutierrez. Wala po akong kinalaman sa pagkakarelieve sa kanila dahil wala pa po ako. Nirelieve po sila siguro ni General Gutierrez kasi General Gutierrez is already in heaven. he will not be able to explain this anymore. I would like to presume na kaya sila inalis para po hindi maharas yung mga complainant, Your Honor. I know you, Mr. Chairman, you're also very strict. Baka kung kayo po yung Director General, pinatapon nyo sa Mindanao itong mga tao na to. Pero mabait po si
Basilan, Tawi-Tawi, sir.
Yes, sir. Kaya nga po mabait po si Yusek Gutierrez. I know him because he is very kind. He was my boss when he was R2 of NCR Region 3. I was his deputy. And he was Assistant Provincial Director of Pampanga. I was a company commander of 173rd PC Company. So, the move was made presumably to protect the complainants para hindi po sila maharas. So, nung October 2 po, Mr. Morales and two of the accused dito sa 8 million robbery extortion case issued an affidavit accusing, I will just name two, kasi po, they're also in heaven now. ASEC Carlos Gadapan and Director Tri Lindon P. Aspacio of irregularities and submitted same to the DOJ. Dinerecho po nila sa DOJ, hindi lang po ako sigurado dahil wala akong nakitang transmittal letter. Hindi ko po alam kung dinaan nila sa Director General nila. Kasi po idinirecho po yung affidavit. Okay. Binanggit ko po si Director Aspacio kasi po may kinalaman po turon sa administrative case na kakaharapin niya eventually because of what he did. So on October 18 na, Your Honor, Mr. Chair, I took my oath of office as Director General of PIDEA.
October 18,
2012, Your Honor.
2012.
Opo, Your Honor.
Wait, sir, wait.
So, nung December 17, 2012, nasa admin holding office po sila. Hindi po ako nagtanggal sa kanila, si Yusek Gutierrez. And I already mentioned the possible reason kasi SOP naman po yan sa AFP tsaka sa PNP. Pag meron na accused na tao ka, kailangan i-hold mo muna sila para hindi po maharas o masaktan yung pong mga nagrereklamo laban sa kanila. Nakita ko po na 4 na buwan na silang walang ginagawa na nasumusweldo. Nang hinayang po ako sa sweldo nila na tinatanggap, hindi naman po sila nasuspinde. So, naisip ko po ibalik sila sa mainstream. Sayang naman po yung ginagastos ng gobyerno sa kanila. So, nag-coincide po ito sa observation ng isang popular broadcaster of ABS-CBN. When he said na paano mo makliklear ng droga ang Pilipinas kung dyan mismo sa barangay kung saan nakatayo ang PIDEA, may droga. Ganun po. So based on this statement, which is, I'm sure important, I considered important because it affects our credibility, Your Honor. Huli ka ng huli rin sa malayo, tapos dyan sa kapitbahay mo, may nagtutulak, hindi mo ginagalaw. Although, sa aking pagkakaintindi sa national strategy, the clearing of drug-affected barangays actually rests on the Anti-Drug Abuse Council, chaired by the mayor. Ang vice chairman po dyan, kadalasan yung chief of police. Dapat po sila yung nanghuhuli ng street level. Kasi po, ang PIDEA, ang mandato po namin, ang hanapin po yung supply ng droga. Number 1, Shabu Laboratory, smuggling sites, marijuana plantation sites. Kasi po, kung hindi namin maharang sa ibabaw yung droga, bababa po yan, mahirapan po yung mga law enforcement agencies natin sa ilalim. Kaya nga po, wala pang 2,000 yung tao ng PIDEA Kasi nga po, high value targets dapat, tsaka high impact operations lang ang gaganap. Alam ko po yun. Pero importante rin po na maipakita natin sa tao, dahil po sa observation ng media, na dapat ko ring i-consider. Kasi citizen din po sila. At siguro yun po yung naririnig nila sa mga tao. Nagtayo po ako ng Task Force Pinyahan under the Regional Office of the National Capital Region. So yung pong mga na-floating na galing sa IIS, nilagay ko po doon with specific instruction na i-clear nyo yung barangay Pinyahan.
Kasama doon si Morales?
Kasama po doon si Mr. Morales, Your Honor. So, wala naman pong nagrereklamo. Kasi sa totoo lang, from floating, babalik mo sa mainstream, dapat matuwa na sila Wala naman po nagrereklamo. So tahimik po, meron po silang 4 na pusher na nahuli, meron pong 4 na dinala sa rehab. So tuloy-tuloy po kasi medyo mahaba po yung listahan ng target personality sa barangay na yon. Kaya lang po, meron pong nangyari. Ito na po. meron pong report yung Legal and Prosecution Service ko noong December 26, 2012 na sinabi ni-report po sa akin through a memo dated December 26, 2012 na si Agent Morales turned witness for the accused and testified that there was no actual buy-bust operation by PIDEA agents against Albert Chua and Wen Miao. Mr. Morales further said that the contents of his affidavit were false because the evidence were fabricated and the evidence planted. This is in connection with the criminal case 16939 of the Regional Trial Court, Branch 43, San Fernando, Pampanga, for violation of Section 5, Article 2, and Article 26 of the Revised Penal Code, RA 9165, Your Honor.
Sir, klaruhin ko.
I beg your pardon.
Klaruhin ko, ibig sabihin from arresting officer, completely nag-turn around siya, 180 degrees.
Mr. Chair.
Against his operation?
Yes, Your Honor. Kaya ako po'y namangha eh. Ang tagal ko po sa serbisyo, noon lang ho ako nakaranas ng ganun. Samantalang yung mga ahente po natin na hindi nag-a-appear sa korte at nadidismiss ang kaso, kinakasuhan na po namin kaagad. Kasi po may mga case monitor po kami sa bawat drug court. Ito po ay inumpisa nung panahon ni General Junicio.
Sir, pause muna tayo sandali.
Opo.
Morales, kindly respond to that.
Mr. Chairman, totoo po yung sinasabi ni ni Gerald Kakdak. Ganito po yun. Yung nabanggit niya kanina na nag-file kami ng kaso sa PIDEA IAS together with 2 other agents. Sinabi po namin yung irregularities na nangyayari doon sa PIDEA.
Sandali lang. Yung kaso na sinabi niya na kayo ang arresting officer pagkatapos nag-execute ka ng affidavit in favor of the arrested persons na sinabi mo daw na fabricated lang yung evidence.
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
Kayo nang huli nun. Tapos,
ganito yun, sir.
Yes.
Yung operation na yun, hindi talaga anti-drugs operation yun. Kaya ito yung subject nung complaint namin dun sa PIDEA IAS. Yun po yun. Nauna po, yung ipinail namin kaso dun sa PIDEA IAS, hindi nga po inintindi, talagang inalan lang po nila ni Railroad. Ang nangyari po, pag upo ko dun sa Pampanga, hindi, every time na nakikita ko yung mga pamilya, yung pamilya ng akusado, maawa ka po talaga. Kasi dahil alam ko talaga hindi nangyari. Dahil ako isa lang dun sa naturo na apayan. Kasi nung time na yun, kaya kami nagreklamo sa IAS, kinukomplain namin yung director namin dahil under duress kami, Your Honor.
Mr. Chairman,
Hindi ka nabayaran.
Hindi, Your Honor. Hindi, Your Honor.
Yes, go ahead, Senator Chis.
I'm sorry, I've been really patient, but this has absolutely nothing to do with the Batangas drug haul and nothing to do with the Fidelix. This is something former Agent Morales has probably against General Kakdak, or probably has something against General Serapio. I'm sorry for cutting the chairman, but ang layo na ho ng pati na yung mga tan na ho na involved na eh. Ang layo na ho eh. So may I ask, Mr. Chairman, that we not give that much leeway to the witness to be talking about so many things, and in the end, we bothered General Serapio, who's supposed to leave for Davao this afternoon. We bothered, even if he was not invited, Attorney Lacanilao, we bothered General Kakdak simply because he was mentioned in making it appear, it seems, that it was all a conspiracy to silence him. But listening to these honorable gentlemen and officers and gentlemen, Mr. Chairman, so may I ask that we try to not go into everything Mr. Morales is saying each time he mentions a name. This has nothing to do with the subject matter at hand. And this has nothing to do, Mr. Chairman, as well, with what we are trying to find out in this hearing. Medyo masyado na lang ho na.
Yes, noted Senator Chis Escudero. Noted, but pinakinggan ko lang si General Kakdak, and sayang rin yung statement niya kung hindi ko pakinggan, but anyway, noted po yung observation.
Para sa iba pang karagdagang mga balita at impormasyon, ay huwag po nating kalimutang mag-like, share at comment sa video na ito, at huwag po rin nating kalimutang mag-subscribe to continue supporting us. Maraming salamat po sa inyong panonood, at naway tangkilikin po ninyo ang aming YouTube channel.